10-20, an ordinance to rezone 20.001 acres to be included within the scientific research overlay zoning district for property located at the northeast corner of McHatcher Parkway and Franklin Road. Any questions?
This is what we said.
Number 14, consideration of ordinance 2011-06, an ordinance to amend ordinance 2006-18 by deleting the condition of approval 14 relating to contributions for Franklin Road improvements for dwelling units within the Jameson Station PUD subdivision located east of the factory and bisected by Liberty Pike.
Mr. Mayor, this was brought up by a new developer who is taking over the property, or the bank actually, who is asking that provision be waived for $1,800. That was provision 14 when this was passed back in 2006. The Plan Commission considered that at its last meeting and voted unanimously to recommend that it not be waived. So,
How much money?
$1,800 per
unit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the $1,800 per unit, it'll come up to around $469,000.
And we've collected on about 68 or 69
That's
units
correct.
to this point, and there's 219 units. I think?
219 additional units to be built.
Yeah. So,
Go ahead.
so we have to ask ourselves, in this economy, I know there's more apartments, probably more demand for apartments in this day and age because of our economy. So we have to ask ourselves, is it important to get that property developed and bring that development into the city, or totally, and then do away with that amount, that $1,800 per unit, or not, and just let it not be developed and not have more activity going on in the city and bringing more revenue in.
And that's certainly not a question that staff can answer. BOEM will put that provision on.
That question I'm throwing out to the board to discuss.
Go ahead, Mr. Eccles.
I'm sorry for jumping the gun earlier. I appreciate staff for putting this on the agenda.
Would have been done if you hadn't come up.
There is some confusion. I represent Pinnacle Bank, which is the holder of the property after the foreclosure. I do not represent the developer, and the developer is not making this request, although I'm sure the developer is interested in it. I'm not going to argue against this tonight. Y'all don't have time for it, and I don't think y'all want me to. But I do want to say two things I think are a problem for the city the way it's currently structured, which is it's speculative in that it depends on a development coming through, which I don't know that this one will be approved. There's some people who object to the nature of the for sale versus for rent. There's all sorts of issues that have to be dealt with there. But what I am saying is that the way you've got it now, it depends on somebody coming forward and actually getting the development approved in a new way. And secondly, it depends on getting certificates of occupancy, which means you've built everything and you're ready to go and get occupancy. When that would be, I don't know, but it'll definitely be later than even the approval of the development. I would just ask you to consider whether you would think it would be appropriate to take a lesser amount if the bank was willing to make that payment now, make a lesser payment, but make it a sure payment in a short period of time. I don't expect to negotiate. The big question is how much. All of you are thinking how much. We can't negotiate that, and I don't expect to. What I would say, if you are interested in that at all, if you would see to passing this on first reading, I would be happy to meet with any of you or all of you, or meet with staff, however you'd like me to do it, and engage in that discussion about what a number might be. And that's all I want to say. I'm here to answer any questions you might have, but I just want you to consider whether that's actually better.
You don't have a number.
I have all sorts of numbers, but I don't know what your numbers are. And I've talked to several aldermen, and I've had several numbers, and so I don't know what that was.
The bank doesn't have a number?
They would like to do 100,000. I've already been told that's not a starter, but that was the number. Well, that's a starter, I guess. I've already been told that. The number that they were working against was $392,500, I think. $392,000. So if you want to start thinking about numbers, that's it. But
so we moved back from 392.
yeah. Okay. I don't want to go up, that's for sure.
This is a 3-reading ordinance. It's on this agenda because we were trying to be helpful with the developer and the bank wanting to expedite an answer on this so they can make some decisions on the development and the sale and all that. So it is a 3-reading action.
Less than 200.
We're going to defer number 15. Number 16 is an Interplanning Commission review of sketch plan for Estates of Gallant Ridge subdivision. And that's just for information purposes passed on from the county. So we'll resume at 7:05.
You don't go very far. Stick around, little doggy.